Don't forget.
What?
Enabling the Kvatch from the 4th era. After the Daedric invasion was defeated, this new Kvatch emerged from the ashes.
That guy there is the guy you'd
too.
speak to when you want to choose which period of Kvatch you want to use in your game. It is just the override setting for those people that don't want to let the quest handle the upgrade. If the quest handles it, you wouldn't see this until the end of the main quest. But if you don't want to wait that long, you talk to that guy. Right, welcome to the 4th work in progress video for Kvatch Rising. And there's a Mythic Dawn guy being hung as a traitor. I'm now going to give you a tour of the city after the decorating phase is over now. So most of the stuff in here is as it's going to be. There's obviously going to be a few changes as I add quests and NPCs, but the bulk of the decorating is done. Over 80 cells in all were decorated this way. This is in a mad rush. So it's actually been a marathon setting. Unfortunately, when you're doing these large mods like this, there's no way you can avoid the work. You've just got to get down and get on with it. You can't stop, you can't take a break or think I'll do it next week. You've got to pick up the thing and you do it every single day, a couple of cells a day until you've finished it. It's the only way you're ever going to get a big mod finished. And there's no way on earth you can get away with not doing the work if you want to make a large mod. Anyhow, this is an interesting location. This here is the Great Library, and these are actual lore books. This is the source material I use to research my mods, or as much of it as I could find. It's here so you can look up the lore facts that I present or anybody else presents and see if they're correct. It only includes the Oblivion lore facts, or nothing from previous games. So you're only getting the Oblivion stuff. But you can actually use this as a lore reference library in-game. That's why I put it there. I actually intend to use it for that, and I might rearrange it a bit to better suit its purpose later on. This is the stables. It's the Kvatch Knights stables behind the Kvatch Knights building. The Kvatch Knights are going to be all the people that helps defend Kvatch from the Daedric invasion in the main plot. So you might see Savlin in here and a couple of his guards and maybe a few legionnaires, or ex-legionnaires. Or people that would have been promoted after their valiant fight. This is their new job. Basically it involves sitting around that bar getting drunk most of the time and bragging about what they did. But such is the life of a knight. Now we're going to go over now to a feature I put in place for thieves. There's actually a lot of thieves supporting this, but this one is specifically designed for thieves. It's the tax office. Now when you go in here, you'll see a safe in the corner. That safe in the corner is locked and it needs to be picked, and it's got a nice little reward in it for those that do. Now the idea of doing this is it respawns, so you can actually get back to it in a few days and do it all over again. And you'll find a lot of houses have safes, or not safes but chests and stuff you've got to pick and get rewards if you do. This is just the biggest payout. Now we're entering the Akintosh Lane, I think it's called here now, with Penny Alley down the side here, which is where most of the muggings are going to be taking place. And down here you've got the middle class shops. You've got Tailor Shop on one side, you've got this, the Herbalist on the other. Now if we look around here, we've got, say, Janix's potion bottles. I mean, they're fantastic, you've got to admit. It says look at them skulls, brilliant. Now downstairs you've got the work area where she makes, well, the shopkeeper makes the potions. That there is Compton's cooking pot. You've got some Hellborn material there, the alchemy chart. All excellent resources that they've made available to modders such as myself. Thank you very much, guys. Now we go down to the Battle Mages Council, I believe, in Hero Square. This is where you fought most of the Daedra on your way to the castle, by the way. That's why it's called Hero Square. Now here you've got more resources. You've got Raven's soul gems back there. He's the guy that runs Silgrad Tower, by the way, if you're wondering. Massive table here. This is a little bit like King Arthur's Round Table, but it's for battle mages, and these battle mages are keen on defeating any future invasion or future attack on Kvatch, especially by Daedra. So they formed their own little council to assist themselves. Whether it'll help or not, you don't know, but it's kind of one of these little paranoid groups that want to be ready for the next one. Now, here's the Candlestick Maker. This doesn't really make any difference to the player. I might actually allow you to buy some house decorations from here, you know, candles for your house. But beyond that, this is really just a job for an NPC. It kind of makes it more immersive if every NPC has a job, and this is an example of that. Up here, you've got another example of an NPC getting a job, but this one's got a little bit of a double-edged meat. Well, I'm not going to say anything. Let's just say death is their business, but it's not the only business they're into. Right, as you can see, standard run-of-the-mill undertakers with a twist. Right, further down we come to an alley named after, well, a lane named after a prince, Rasfel or something, I can't pronounce his name. He's got a book named after him actually, a law book. Right, this here is the pawn shop. I nearly named this P-O-R-N, so lucky I found out why. Otherwise there'd been a lot of disappointed people charging in there. Right, this is a tinker shop. That's Tin Maker. It's basically hammers out all the tin into pots and stuff. Again, it's a job for an NPC. This is an example of a poor residence. This is down one of the poorer parts of town. As you can see, it's mainly like Bravil stuff, you know, fairly down in the dumps, like the rest of this street actually. Now as you go down, you see it's a bit messy. This is where your weaponsmith is as well. He's a little bit richer than most of these neighbours, but there again he is in business. Now as we go around here, we come across a little side street with a tower that people hardly ever notice, and inside is a maze of little crates that tend to block your view. And as you go further in, you start realising that somebody doesn't want to be found here, and then you find a bed. That is where the thieves hang out. Now here you've got your cabinet maker, as you can see. Again, another job for NPCs, but I may allow you to buy upgrades to your house from here, because there's a player home in Kvatch, two in fact, an upper class and a lower class for the different types of characters. This is the stonemasons, again a job for an NPC. You may be able to buy parts from there as well. There's sculptor here. If you have any sculptures in the house, this might be where you get them. Instead of buying packages like you did in the original game, you're able to literally do shopping. I think I'll go and buy some furniture for my house today. Right, here we go then. We're going to go and I'll see the Legion's Tower. This is where the Legionnaires stop for the night in Kvatch. I kept the idea from Kvatch Aftermath because I liked it and I figured it added a lot. Right, 2 seats. If you're actually a member of the Legion in the Elder Council, you'll be able to sleep in there without causing anybody to attack you, because it supports it. Right, and now we're going to see the Klavian leather maker. This is actually, according to Klavian law, well, the game law for Klavia, in the first era they made the best leather armour. Now this is a representation of that, but they don't really make armour anymore because armour's been superseded by steel and ebony and everything else, but it's there because I wanted you to see it. Right, that's it. Goodbye and see you next time.